Good day, Shane here with Apex Custom Smokers with a video review of my 10-inch sliding miter saw from Evolution. A quick note, this video isn't sponsored by Evolution or anyone else. This saw was purchased 3 years ago with my own money, and the thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. So Evolution markets this saw as a multi-material one, and despite that, I have used it strictly as a metal cutting saw. Paired with a 10-inch Diablo Steel Demon, it has served me well. As you can see here, the base is all cast aluminum, aside from the swiveling base, which is made from stainless steel. It has a standard horizontal D-style handle with a large start button, typical on most name brand miter saws. You can see here, its 15 amp motor powers the 10-inch blade at 2500 RPMs. It has replaceable brushes here, and of course on the opposite side, here. This locking handle is for the saw's bevel adjustment. Being a single bevel saw, it only tilts the one direction, but still is able to tilt, unlike a cold cut or abrasive saw. When making beveled cuts with this saw, the material hold down clamp must be moved from the left to the right, as seen here. It goes from 90 to 45 degrees, and by adjusting the miter angle by swiveling the base either left or right like this is what makes this a compound miter saw, meaning it can cut two separate angles at the same time. The orange plastic down the center is surprisingly stout, as it didn't melt or burn away like the coating beside it did when I was in a pinch and threw in an abrasive cutting disc. The angles on the base are clearly marked out as seen here, and locks on the more common angles such as 22.5, 30, 45 degrees. Pretty standard. You can lock the saw down for transport here with this push pin and keep it from sliding using this turn lock. and wrap up the cord here. All really standard things. The material clamp is surprisingly stout and works well even 3 years later. And they include this Allen key for the blade with a home for it here and a rubber grommet to keep it from sliding out. The saw will hold blades with either a 1-inch or 5/8 diameter hole. I recommend using this Diablo Steel Demon blade, as I've used it not only for every video on my channel, but over 30 different smoker builds. This orange evolution blade is the one that comes with the saw. It doesn't hold up well for steel, but again, that's not what it's made for. This button here secures the blade to allow for removal. Again, standard. Here, I'm cutting an 1/8 inch piece of 1-inch angle at regular camera speed. It's throwing a lot of sparks because the blade is so worn. However, the saw still works flawlessly. A 1/4 inch by 3-inch piece of carbon steel at twice the camera speed. A 2x4 piece of 100 wall steel on a 45-degree miter. And the same piece at a 90-degree cut. I suggest this saw over a cold cut or abrasive saw just because with this saw, the material doesn't have to be angled in order to do a cut. The saw itself can be swiveled, which saves countless hours of propping your material at weird angles just to get a miter cut with a cold cut or abrasive saw. I do suggest getting a stand, as it makes using the saw even easier. While this saw can be ordered on Amazon, if you're up in Canada, Canadian Tire has these saws on sale periodically for up to 50% off. So if you're interested in purchasing one, and can wait, I would wait for them to go on sale at Canadian Tire. Hope this video helps someone. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Apex Custom Smokers, out.